Welcome to Channel 69 News, Season 4, Week 3 edition. There's quite a large number of things that have happened within the first 3 weeks of the season. So let's go over everything in order now, shall we? Starting with our primary games. Now, as for Geometry Dash, we've been getting quite some attraction there. However, it's not as much as it was last month, but it's still something. Again, it is February, so that's probably the reason for that. February is a very slow month when it comes to YouTube. I mean, it's not going to be till March when it gets busier, because that's when people from the Philippines get out of school. Apparently that's when they get out. I can say allegedly because I'm not sure if this is entirely true or not. I just saw an image of a map that shows when people get out of school, and yeah. So if you're from the Philippines and most of you do get out in March, just feel free to let us know, because I just want to confirm if that's real or not. For Roblox, however, oh boy, there's going to be quite some changes now. Because if you haven't noticed, if you're a console player, chat for Xbox and PlayStation is back for the first time in many, many years. Which means I can actually play games at full graphics without sacrificing my chat anymore. Because this has been a reoccurring issue where, and not only that, I could play without the game just outright crashing for no reason. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to enjoy that, and hopefully it becomes a much more smoother experience for our Roblox players. Now, however, if there's a game that isn't on Xbox, I can just switch back to the mobile app if it gets suggested. So don't think that, because I know there are some games that are not available on console, because by default, when you create a game, it is not automatically available for Xbox or PlayStation. It's only automatically available for mobile and PC, so. Next up are Fortnite news. A lot is about to change about Fortnite also, because a new season's starting this Friday. I think it's on Friday, either that or Saturday. That's all I remember, is that the season ends on Friday. So, and the theme has been leaked. It is going to be I guess I could say, a heist kind of theme. Just similar to Chapter 4, Season 4. And yeah, I just want to call this Baltimore Simulator. But far worse, because according to the lore, gold is money. And if you watch a YouTuber called The Canadian Prepper, when times are bad, gold is money. So, I feel like this is not going to be a good thing. This is going to be a very weird season. I've already seen some of the Battle Pass skins according to Fortnite themselves, because they leaked it early, because somebody already leaked the Mortal Kombat skins. So, yay. So now we get skins early. And most of them, let's just be realistic, I'm not going to be rocking these. I liked last season's Battle Pass better, like the current one. So I'm probably still gonna be rocking this one and possibly this one. And possibly Jonesy. I wanted to put him in this thumbnail too, but none of the Jonesies from this week actually looked good, because the only real looking Jonesy was pixelated. But anyways, besides that, There's unfortunately not another Jonesy skin in the Battle Pass. They need to rework Jonesy though, because Hope has gotten 3 versions in the last 2 years, and Jonesy's gotten how many? 1, and that is his skin is like hasn't been updated for over a year, so unless if you count the ballistics thing, but that doesn't really count towards lore at all. Moving on to the secondary games. Oh boy. Now we're going to talk about some leaderboards right now. And now we're going to talk about, now the next thing I'm about to say is going to be pretty big. And a bunch of you are probably going to be happy when I say this. Fish has officially won the series against Rivals and Blox Fruits, which means they have clinched Season 5. Fish has dominated the series 4-0. They've swept them. And now it's safe to say that they could be dominant for at least another season or 2. So, congratulations to Fish. You all are going to Season 5. You are the first confirmed game to go to Season 5. I mean, I guess the 3 tertiary games, Roblox, Geometry Dash, and Fortnite, are already confirmed anyways. But they're the first game that it doesn't normally automatically get qualification just by existing. So Fish is going to be the first secondary game to qualify for Season 5, which means either Rivals or Blox Fruits is getting eliminated. So we're going to be tracking that series for the next couple of weeks. Blox Fruits has actually tied the series at the end of this week. The series is now 2 weeks to 2 weeks. First game to reach 4 weeks will clinch the final spot in Season 5. The other will be eliminated. So the next 4 weeks are going to be quite busy for both games. Or actually, 3 weeks. The next 3 weeks are going to be quite insane. Whatever game reaches 4 weeks first survives, while the other one goes home. And now I'm not going to lie, both of these 2 games are receiving lower amounts of views than they used to. Originally, I thought the games were just dying, but then I really looked at what month it is. It's, again, like I said in the Geometry Dash segment, nobody watches my streams during February because 99% of this planet is in school. So that's going to change next month, hopefully, when the Philippines get out. So, again, February is the deadest month on the channel, even though it's my anniversary month for my YouTube channel. That happened on the 10th. Yeah, speaking of which, our YouTube channel is now officially 7 years old as of February 10th this year. It's been a crazy 7 years. We have now officially been around for 1 season per Dragon Ball. We would now, if the number of years that my YouTube channel existed were Dragon Balls, we would have enough to summon Shenron now. Alright, now we're moving on into the tertiary games section, which is going to be, I think, starting next season. Tertiary games are going to be the games that get selected by vote, based similar to secondaries. However, tertiaries change. All 3 of them change every season depending on the polls. And in order for a tertiary game to exist, they would have to win the conference. But if they go beyond the conference and win the whole thing, then they would become a secondary, just like normal. So it's an expansion. Tertiary games are not played as much as secondary games and primary games, as there will be some other segments in between some of these other days. For example, someone asked about a few streams ago, asked us about our YouTube tournaments. Yeah, some of you are wondering what happened to them. Well, the season just kind of died, and it became a little hard to manage. However, I'm coming up with a better idea for it. And it's going to be... Oh, it's not family dinner yet. That's been canceled this week, unfortunately, due to something. Anyways, there's going to be a new series called the International YouTube League. And there's going to be 4 seasons per year. Starting on March 20th, aka the first day of spring, we're going to be having a competition where one YouTuber per country will be registering. And it's based on the top 32 countries in terms of viewership on this YouTube channel within the last year. So far we have selected 2 YouTubers for this tournament so far, which we're not going to show the names of until the day before the season starts, or at least the period of the spring starts. What I can say is we have selected our YouTubers for the United States and Brazil. And later today, we're also going to be selecting one for the United Kingdom. I want to go over the list of nations that are competing in this tournament, because, again, it's going to be the top 32 countries. Not everybody knows the top 32 countries on my YouTube channel within 2024. So it goes as follows. There are 8 divisions, each based on a different continent or region inside that continent. There are 2 conferences, the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference. We're going to start by naming the nations from the Western Conference first, starting with the North American division, although we only had 3 countries from North America make it to the top 32, so I had to improvise for the 4th spot from South America as well to be in there, because there are 4 teams, there's 4 YouTubers per division, and in the Western Conference, or in the North American division, we have the United States, Mexico, Canada, and Venezuela in there. Again, Venezuela is just there because, again, there's only 3 nations from North America in the top 32. Next up is the South American division. There's a total of 5 South American countries. However, one of them is in, again, the North American division. The rest of them in the South American division is Brazil, Argentina, Chile, and Guyana. Yes, I said Guyana. They made it to the top 32 as well. It's very unique to see these nations. As we move on to the Western European division, yes, there's more than one Europe division because Europe is got so many nations that are involved with this YouTube channel that we had to make 2 divisions. In fact, even then, we still have more than enough countries to fill 2. We still have too many to fill just 2. So we had to put some in a 3rd division from another continent as well, but that's in the Eastern Conference. For the Western European division, we got the United Kingdom, France, Ireland, and Ecuador. Ecuador's in the Western European division simply because of the same reason as Venezuela, because a lot of the other European teams are in a different conference. In the Eastern European division, we got Russia, Italy, Poland, and Turkey. And that pretty much wraps it up for the Western Conference. The remaining nations are going to be in the Eastern Conference. Starting with the African division. Again, there's not terribly too many African nations, but there's enough to fill majority of the division. We got Egypt, Tunisia, and South Africa. There's another one that's actually from Africa, but they're in another division due to me trying to make everything regional. So the fourth one in the African division is actually going to be Denmark. I know it's going to be weird, especially for bottomless, to be in the same division as countries that are not even from your continent. So yeah. Then we move on to the Western Asian division. I don't know if I can pronounce this right, but Seychelles. All I know is that's the country that Dean's from. I know they're technically from Africa, but they're more like they're more like an island kind of country. Yes, there are island countries in Africa, and I unfortunately didn't realize that until 3 days ago. Because Seychelles is so small that you can't even see it on the map when it's normally zoomed out. And the rest of the countries in the Western Asian division are India, Iraq, and Israel. Most of these nations are from the Middle East, so it's more like that's going to be more like our Middle Eastern region. The seventh division is the Eastern Asian division, which includes the Philippines, Vietnam, Myanmar, and Japan. That's going to be our Pacific Islanders region. And then our final region is going to be the Oceanic division. That's going to feature the far east of the world, the far southeast of the world, Indonesia, Australia, Malaysia, and New Zealand, as those four are in those divisions. Now, as far as that, again, we have selected 2 YouTubers so far, one from the United States and one from Brazil. We're not going to name them until the 19th of March. And later tonight, we're going to be selecting the United Kingdom's representative as well. Now, the one thing about these YouTubers is that I'm specifically picking and looking for are ones that speak English and are a good gaming channel. Yes, there is English in pretty much almost every country at this point, so luckily this shouldn't be a challenge. And especially today, because we're picking someone from the UK. That's an English-speaking country. It's going to be easy. Like, probably just as easy as the United States. Brazil was a little bit challenging to pick because there was about like a few of them were Portuguese during my search. But we managed to find one, so. So, yeah. And that's going to be our YouTuber tournament series. That's going to be starting in the spring. That is going to be during season 5. So I wouldn't focus on it too heavily unless if you're trying to figure out when you're getting drafted or not. But yeah, good luck in that. Now, for this season, we're also specifically picking people who have less than 1,000 subscribers. as I want to see some lower tier content for this season. The upper tiers will be later in the year during the summer season, the fall season, or autumn season, depending on which one you want to call it. And the most advanced one, the winter season, which is going to be featuring everybody with at least 1 million subscribers or above. So basically, top tier content. Now, as far as that should wrap up the gaming portion of Channel 96 News for this week. Now let's talk about real life. In real life, Valentine's Day has just passed, and where I work, we literally went through crap. We have served at least 250 people within the last 2 days, which for a restaurant that has a staff number of 11 people, that's a lot. And not to mention the fact that we did have a stupid thing that I had to make. Here's something stupid that I had to make. A chocolate brownie that you had to then take a scoop of ice cream, put it on top, then put cocoa, and then put chocolate drizzle on it, and then put a cherry on top. Takes about 2 minutes to make it. At least on the second day, it took 2 minutes to make it. On the first day, our cocoa was kind of liquidy, so we had to try to struggle to get it to work. I don't know what happened that day, but that's fixed now. Which is definitely going to lead me to the idea of keeping the ice cream out of the freezer and in the refrigerator. I know some of you may sound like this is stupid, but trust me, the freezer is too cold. It is negative 10 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to go translate that into Celsius, and it's going to be, and my Celsius people are about to be shocked as well as my Fahrenheit users too. My Fahrenheits are already shocked, and I'm going to be looking up minus 10 degrees Fahrenheit to Celsius. That is going to be negative 23 degrees Celsius. Congratulations. Now the Celsius people are shocked too. That's how cold our freezer is. And you know dang well, ice cream becomes rock solid when it goes into extremely low temperatures like that. I don't even know what. I liked it better when the freezer was at 0 degrees, not minus 10. I don't understand what requires to be minus 10 in a freezer. Let me look that up too, because there might be something. I don't want to sound like an idiot. All right. Okay, so my search just thinks it's 10 degrees positive. No, that's too warm. Yeah, the ideal temperature range for a freezer is around 0 degrees to minus 82 degrees Celsius, according to the internet. That's why my search results were weird, because it kept thinking it was Celsius. But, again, according to that search, minus 18 degrees Celsius is a normal temperature, is the lowest you're supposed to set it to. And guess what? Our freezer's even colder than that at 23 degrees Celsius. So they wonder why everything is so hard, and they also wonder why everything takes forever to thaw, because of the fact that they keep their freezer at minus 10 degrees. I don't understand that. Not to mention, it's also rained a lot this week as well, which is also why our refrigerator is mildly flooded. Not terribly flooded, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of water in there right now after the rainstorm that just happened. Like, it finally stopped raining, and the sun has come up for the first time in 48 hours because of how much rain we had within the last few days. Like, it was a monsoon. Started all the way yesterday at like 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock, and it literally ceased about like maybe 2 hours ago.
Sir. Sir. Shithead.
And yeah, thank goodness for that. Now, in terms of being at home, well, my room's a mess. I need to fix it. I know I need to fix it. I need to throw away a lot of my old stuff too that isn't in here. But I did get chips, ramen, and oatmeal in the mail this week. So yay. Now, the chips I got, it's a variety pack, but it's more of chips that you don't normally find every day. Or not really normally find every day, but they just normally avoid picking them. Because I just wanted to try something new, and a lot of these chips are actually good. Like, I kind of preferred some of the harder chips that I've been having, like, and especially the, kettle chips. I forgot what they were called. And for my ramen, I got a variety pack of that too. I'm gonna list every single flavor, or I'm about to name every single flavor that they've given me. They've given me 4 chickens, 4 beefs, 2 shrimps, 2 pork flavors, 2 roast beef flavors, 2 roast chicken flavors, 2 soy sauce flavors, which are gross. I haven't had them yet, but I know they're gross because I had it like 2 years ago. But I'm gonna eat it anyways, so oh well. There's chili flavor. I actually never tried the chili flavor yet, so I will at some point soon. The creamy chicken flavor, that one's pretty good. And my personal favorite, the picante chicken flavor. I think the picante chicken flavor is just good. And there's multiple different ways you can cook your ramen, as the results vary depending on how you do it, how much water you put into it, how long you put it in the microwave for. The results are endless. I accidentally kind of messed up mine today, but not severely. I just had al dente noodles, or extra hard noodles, but not as hard as if you didn't cook it at all. So yeah, and I did that with the pork flavor, so one of them at least. And as far as oatmeal, I got 4 flavors. I don't know why they don't put 11 of each instead of the random numbers they gave me. They put 6 of one flavor, 21 of another flavor, 12 of another, and 5 of another. They gave me 6 peaches and cream flavors, 21 strawberries and cream, 12 blueberries and cream, and 5 bananas and cream. I might pick a different box maybe next time when we run out of this, because the flavor difference is not that much. The only thing that I really can tell that's different is the smell. So most of it's the same, to me at least. And now, as far as that's going to wrap up this week's edition of Channel 96 News, Season 4, Week 3. See you guys next week. And I'll keep post on the polls, because the polls for round 2... Actually, one thing before I go. The second round of the polls is starting literally tonight. Which means all the games that skipped the first round because they were a top 48 seed, you guys are about to be put on the polls. Your lives are about to be put on the line for a chance to be featured next season. So feel free to vote for games that are no longer just exclusively Fortnite like it was in the wildcard round. Because the whole purpose of the wildcard round was to pick the best of the Fortnite game modes to represent that 4th spot in the divisional round for each of the 16 divisions. Because we know there's a large number of stupid ones. And next season, we're probably going to do this system again, but with Roblox. Which means 64 Roblox games is going to be in the polls next season. So the games are about to be a little bit more divided. But we'll see. Some of these Fortnite games, I believe, could possibly make it to the conference final. I'm not going to let you know which ones, but I'm just going to say that some of them have a chance to move on to the third round. Again, every single game that's still alive in the polls, except for the ones that are in the wildcard round, still, because there's still one division going on right now as we're recording this. But all the ones that are still alive in the divisional round are 2 wins away from clinching a tertiary seed, meaning there's a tertiary game, and would be an addition, and if they win an additional after that, which is literally the final round of the tournament, they would automatically get a secondary spot, which is even better. Now, for the wildcard games, you would have to win 3 in order to get to the next season, and 4 to move on into winning the tournament. So, and those 4 games that are left are all from the Abyss division. That's the last division of the wildcard round. So that's about it. The other 15 divisions, they've already eliminated their non-superior games. So, yeah, and that's about it for this week's Channel 69 News. We'll see you guys next week for the Week 5 edition. Yeah, I guess I did. It does say Week 3, doesn't it? How silly. I meant to put Week 4.